morning, everyone, and welcome to Woodbridge, the best town around. My name is John McCormick. I'm the mayor of this great town, and we're here today for one of our very frequent groundbreakings as we work hard to bring economic development into Woodbridge Township. Today, we're at the site of 1400 Randolph Avenue on the corner of Rahway Avenue and Randolph Avenue. This is a site, I think it was M&T Chemicals years and years ago. It's been vacant for quite a long time. We're very, very happy that we have people coming in to develop it now and rent it out. It's a very, very exciting project. Let me first introduce our dais here. To my far right is Marta Levski, the head of planning. To her left is William Waxman, the executive vice president of CBRE. To their left is John Carrick, the assistant managing director of the Eastern Region of Principal Real Estate Investors, LLC, who are going to be the owners of the project. To my left then is Mindy Leisner, who's also an executive vice president of CBRE. They're the leasing agents. To her left is Carolyn Ehrlich, the head of our redevelopment agency. To her left is Corey Spiller. He's the 3rd Ward councilman, which covers this area. And to his left is Vera Patel, the 4th Ward councilman, who joined us today. There's a lot of details about this project, and I hate reading, but in this case I have to because there's just too much to remember. The 1400 Randolph Avenue warehouse development stands as the first phase of a significant redevelopment project that transforms a former abandoned industrial site in the Avenel section of Woodbridge into a productive, commercially successful warehouse and distribution facility. It is important to note that this development would not have been possible without the partnership commitment of Principal Real Estate Investors, CBRE Group, the Woodbridge Township Redevelopment Agency, and the Department of Planning. The Transport Commercial Center, as this will be called, is a high-efficiency, state-of-the-art distribution facility located just west of Exit 12 on the New Jersey Turnpike and immediately east of routes 1 and 9 at 1400 Randolph Avenue. The center will be built with precast panel construction, 36 feet high, 108 spaces for car parking, and up to 43 spaces for trailer parking. The modern warehouse will offer 49 by 10 foot dock doors. Now you see why I had to read this. And 2 12-foot by 16-foot drive-ins. The facility is designed with a 54-foot by 54-foot column spacing with, of course, you need 60-foot speed bays. The developer, Principal Real Estate Developer, has designated CBRE to serve as the exclusive leasing and marketing agent for the property. The CBRE leasing team includes Mindy Leisner, William Waxman, Stephen Beta, Kevin Dudley, Robert Pine, and David Gariani. This is a very, very exciting project. I'd say probably in our last couple of years, more than half of our redevelopment efforts have been in Avenel. If you're familiar with just down the road at Broadway Avenue and Avenel Street, up about a quarter mile, is the Avenel train station. The Atlantic Realty Group is constructing there 500 luxury apartments right on the train station. It's also going to have a 200-seat theater and bar restaurant, which actually today, we're very excited about today because the building plans are coming in and they're applying for the permit for that project. Probably 8 or so buildings are up, and about 80 of the 500 apartments have already been leased. It's a very, very exciting project. Up and down Route 1, there's been all kinds of development. The Wawa came in, knocked out the Gem Motel, knocked out an old 40-year abandoned gas station, knocked out Mom's Diner. Now it's a beautiful Wawa. All over the rest of Route 1, things are happening. Quick Check's opening up a brand new facility on Route 1 South, knocking out a couple of old auto uses and some vehicle storage areas. There's also the Big Top property has been converted into a strip mall. That should probably be opened up within the next year. So there's a whole lot of things happening in Avenel. Just up the street here, the Warden site right across from the East Jersey State Prison. We now have purchased that from the state for $1. There'll be 100 apartments, 25 of which will be specifically designed for developmentally disabled, the kind of people that used to live across the street in the developmental center, as when I was growing up it was called the Woodbridge State School. The other 75 we're hoping will be marketed to families with adults and kids with special needs. And then a really large-scale development project will ultimately happen on the developmental center site, where we see a healthcare theme with assisted living and perhaps a nursing home or senior housing. So there's a whole lot of things happening in the Avenel section of town, including this great project. So we're really psyched about it. We've been working on it hard for a long time. We're very, very glad to finally be here for a groundbreaking. And now I'd like to introduce John Carrick, and he can talk about his team and talk more about the project. John, thank you.
Thank you, Mayor. Well, we thank you, Mayor McCormick. We thank everybody for coming today. And this really is an exciting day for us as we celebrate the groundbreaking and start of construction here at 1400 Randolph in the beautiful town of Woodbridge. Really about, for me, a little over 2.5 years ago, when we started to kind of convert the ownership here, went up to the town of Woodbridge, and I was fortunate to meet 3 people who've really helped us along the way, continue to help us along the way. And I do want to say thank you to Caroline for all your help and support, Martha, and the third person, Bill Northgrave, board attorney. All 3 of those individuals were there for that meeting, and really since that meeting to where we are today, it's really been a tremendous effort. And Mayor, you know, we do a lot of development in the state of New Jersey, and quite honestly, town of Woodbridge does it the best.
All
so
right.
we thank you for your staff. A little bit about Principal Real Estate Investors. Today, we own and actively manage about 2.4 million square feet in the state of New Jersey. With this project here, we'll have roughly about 600,000 square feet in the town of Woodbridge, and we hope to continue to grow that footprint. So we're very, very fortunate. Upon completion, we will have, as the mayor said, I won't go through all the details, about 242,000 square feet of new Class A space, plenty of car parking, trailer parking, and in summary, really all kind of the new modern features of a Class A industrial facility in today's market. And the other thing I will add on top of all that, you will have a very strong ownership structure here at 1400 Randolph as well as 1500 Rahway Avenue. So where we are today, as really everyone knows in this room, it's not easy to get here. It takes a lot of people, a lot of effort, a lot of coordination. So I just want to take just a quick minute to really say thank you to a bunch of individuals for really getting us here today. And really in no specific order, but we like to really acknowledge and thank the teams, Chris Richter and his team at Avison Young, our longtime friend in New Jersey, Frank Greek, along with the Greek development team, Mindy Listener and Bill Waxman with CBRE, who are the head agency leasing team for the new building as well as for 1500 Rahway, Jim Lott at Riker Danzig, Joe Ragno, Waters McPherson McNeil, Denise Persley at Nixon Peabody, Jeff Martell, Stonefield Engineering, Ed Klimick at KSS Architects, Langen Engineering and Environmental, BD Engineering, JZN Engineering, Harrison Hamnet Structural Engineering, and of course, we always want to thank all the individuals you see on site, all the trades who really kind of are here day to day, doing what we need to be done for us to go vertical by second quarter of 2018. We do have a really strong turnout from the brokerage community, so we want to thank everybody for kind of sharing their morning, afternoon with us. And again, you know, we look forward to continue working with you, and hopefully here in the near future, Mindy and Bill could line up something with one of your clients and we could kind of put all this together. So we look forward to that. And really, 3 individuals, a big thank you for everything you see around. It took a lot of coordination to do that. And that's John Haggerty, Woodbridge Communications Director, Susan Strauss Rittwilder at CBR Client Services, and Danielle Loeffler at Avison Young. So with all that said, if we could just give a nice round of applause for everybody. And lastly, in closing, we are really pleased with our progress to date. We remain on schedule for a successful delivery in the second quarter of 2018, which, as we know, as time moves on as quickly as it does, that's going to be here before we know it. So Everything is really moving forward. And once again, really from principal real estate investors to the mayor, to the town of Woodbridge, to the community, we just really give a very big thank you. Just enjoy your day. Enjoy our time here. We're here for questions. And really, we continue to look forward to working with everybody on this project as well as future projects. So with that, I'd like to introduce Mindy Listner and Bill Waxman, who are both Executive Vice Presidents with CBRE.
Thank you. So on behalf of CBRE, we are honored to represent Principal and the Township of Woodbridge on this great project. This today somewhat brings this project full circle to me. I actually sold this property to Principal over 10 years ago, and we did sell them a great existing building and the dream of future development. So thank you for having the foresight to making the dream become a reality. They're building a state-of-the-art facility. We've heard all the specs from the mayor and from John, so we don't need to repeat those, but we're looking forward to working with all the brokers in the marketplace to bring your tenants, bring new employment and jobs to the Township of Woodbridge, and making this project a huge success. So thank you for joining us.
What she said. We just want to thank the mayor and thank you, everybody. We work with a lot of different towns across the state, and Woodbridge is exemplary in the process and how to bring jobs. And I think I speak for the entire industrial and logistics community when I say we're all looking forward to being a part of bringing some very good, well-paying jobs, not only to this great town, but to this great county and the entire region.
Thank you very much. What I said to Bill and Mindy, too, is also that we would love to participate, if necessary, in the recruiting process to bring tenants. Anybody coming here is going to want to know how easy it is to get their permits for their fit-out and any special needs they have. And I can assure anybody watching or anybody of the brokers here that there'll be no faster town to get you in and out of the permitting process and the inspection process. That's, I believe, why we are as successful as we are. And it's also because of these two ladies that have already been introduced, my left arm and my right arm, Carol and Marta. I get to do the groundbreakings. I'll be back in June for the ribbon cutting, and in between, they do all the work. So it's a great deal if you can get it. I also want to recognize Hank Kodacker, who's the head of our redevelopment agency, one of our citizens and a resident of Avenel. Our tax collector, Rich Lorenzon's in the back. If you see him, he'll probably hand you a bill. You can just ignore it. And now I'd like to ask our third ward councilman, who's, what, third year, fourth year? Fourth year, on his fourth year, and he's been incredibly dynamic in working with us. As we said, if we have 100 things we work on, more than 50 of them seem like they're in Avenel. There's so much happening here, and he's works in town. He's a local fire inspector, so he's always in his ward, and he's always visible and always working hard to make sure we do the right thing. So I'd like to introduce Corey Spiller.
Thank you, Mayor. Good morning. Real quick, one of the things the mayor didn't mention was we were at a function yesterday where it's called Our House. It's for 21 and older. Once you hit 21 in the school system, you really had nowhere to go for special needs. So we had a ribbon cutting yesterday for Our House, and really fantastic event. Why I bring that up is I said my children have a game. They like to. My son always asks me, why do you like being a councilman? It's for events like this. I mean, this is a great day for the township. It's especially a great day for Avenel. I mean, I drive by this site so many times during the day, and we're going to have that building in a year. We're bringing in jobs. It's just fantastic. These type of things get me really revved up. As fire official, I've had the wonderful opportunity to work with a lot of people in this tent. And I just look forward to working with everyone over the next 10, 20, 30, 40 years. How's that? Thank you.